Hello, dear viewer or viewers. I'm back with another dream entry. I guess some more story. I have one here. There's a little bit of backstory on this one. So this was a night terror I had when I was a kid. I don't know if any of you have had night terrors. But I think the best way that I can describe a night terror to someone who hasn't had one, it's like a sleep paralysis dream. But it's a nightmarish sleep paralysis dream. So, I used to get sleep paralysis a lot when I was younger. Especially when I was a young adult. It's usually the peak of where I had the most of them. But this dream in particular happened when I was very young. I believe probably 8 or 9 years old. And I was still living in farmland back in Indiana at this time. I remember vividly waking up. You'll hear this when I read the entry, but I remember vividly waking up in my room. And when you're in the grips of sleep paralysis, you can't move. You can't move anything. Usually, I can move my eyes, but that's about it. And it's a pretty scary experience, especially if you've never experienced it before. Okay, so I'm going to read the entry, and then I'll give you my summary on it. The Faceless Lady. A night terror story. Written circa 2005. This may possibly be one of the worst nightmares I've ever had. I remember Mom, Lindsay, and I, Lindsay's my sister, were walking in a big city. Seemed like New York or something like that. We were walking around at night. Middle of the night. I don't know why I worded it that way. Never mind, back to the story. We heard this scream. Although high-pitched shriek from a lady somewhere. We ended up in this alleyway, wherever you heard it. We saw this lady with a cloak over her head. Mom went to tap her on the shoulder and ask if she was alright. She turned around. All we could see was a nose. No eyes, no mouth. It was as if she had no face. Then I woke in my room at the house in farmland. Everything was as it was before I went to sleep that night. It was still late at night. I went to move or get up but I couldn't budge. It felt like I was paralyzed. And I saw that lady's face again. No eyes, no mouth. And I heard that scream again. I tried so hard to move my arms, or my legs at least. I also tried to yell, but I couldn't do that either. I was terrified. His face came closer and closer. Eventually, I really woke up. That must be where the dream ended. But yes, that was a night terror, I believe, or at least the closest thing that I've ever had to a night terror. But no, I think the scariest thing about it was not being able to move, but realizing I was in my room still. And there's something primal in your fight or flight responses kick in when you feel vulnerable like that. Now mind you, I'm 8 or 9 years old. This is a terrible thing for an 8 or 9-year-old kid to experience. Terrifying thing. And waking up in my room thinking the dream was over when it was already a nightmare to begin with. And then seeing that faceless lady coming closer and closer, her face coming closer and closer to me while I'm paralyzed, is probably one of the most terrifying things a 8 or 9-year-old child can experience in their life. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that story. Yes, this one was a more lengthier one, and I will try to find more lengthier ones. But like I said, a lot of these stories vary in length, so there might be longer ones, there might be shorter ones, so... And like I said, I've been trying to keep up on writing my dreams again. I did write one the other day that I had the other night, which I found interesting. Usually when I write down a dream, especially when I first wake up in the morning, I noticed that how chaotic and how crazy events can happen from one moment to another. And especially when I read them back like this, I realize that there are a lot of nuances and patterns in these dreams based off of my own life. But there's been dreams that I've had in the past where I've dreamed of things that possibly happened in another life or something. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird how these things can happen. And sometimes, when you get those dreams that are can bring about synchronicities in your own life, waking life, you realize it's it blows your mind. It gives you a feeling of unease, but then you're amazed at the same time. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to, share that, because maybe some of you may have had that in your own life or in your own dreams. I'm going to leave this one here. Yeah, I hope you like these dream series ones. They're fun to do and make. But I will catch you in the next video, and I hope you have a good day.